Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Who's the number one pound for pound fighter out there today? And we have the three pretty much consensus top three pound for pound fighters. We have Vasyl Lomachenko, Terence Crawford, and we also have Canelo Alvarez. And so we're going to start with Vasyl Lomachenko. And to kind of determine, we're just going to take a peek at each guy's resume a little bit, and we're going to start with Vasyl Lomachenko. He has the names such as Guillermo Rigo, Jorge Linares, Jose Pedraza, and Anthony Crolla. All of these guys are very good opponents. They're decent opponents, but there's no elite opponents. Some people look at Guillermo Rigo as an elite opponent, but the only problem with that is Guillermo Rigo was moving up in weight to face Vasyl Lomachenko. So at the end of the day, guys like Guillermo Rigo, Amir Khan, guys like Mikey Garcia, if they win their fights, they don't get credit. Kell Brook, guys moving up in weight to fight the bigger guy. The guy who beats the smaller guy moving up in weight does not get credit. So at the end of the day, we can't give Vasyl Lomachenko the credit for that. But should Vasyl Lomachenko beat a Mikey Garcia? Should he take on a challenge at 140? Should he accomplish one of those feats? At which point we'll be able to elevate Vasyl Lomachenko to number one on the pound for pound list. As of right now, we have him coming in at number 3. At number 2 on the pound for pound list right now, we have Terence Crawford. And the reason why is because we have Julius Ndongo, which is a unification fight for undisputed at 140. He beat Jeff Horn in his first fight at 147 pounds, became a world champion, beat Jose Benavidez, who was undefeated. And, people say he was one-legger. He was coming off of 2 knockout wins. And then he beat an Amir King Khan. A lot of people were saying that he didn't have a big name on his resume, so he got one. I give Terence Crawford all the credit in the world. And you know what? He has a very good resume, but at the same time, you have to be honest and unbiased when you analyze it. He doesn't have any special names on his resume that you have to say, hey. But he's accomplished so much that you have to give him the credit. So as of right now, I have him number 2 on the pound for pound list. Number 1 on the pound for pound list, I have Canelo Alvarez. And the reason why is I have Canelo Alvarez facing Gennady Golovkin, elite level unified world champion twice. I have Canelo Alvarez moving up in weight, facing another world champion and top 10 fighter in Rocky Fielding. And I also have Canelo Alvarez beating quite thoroughly and convincingly Danny the Miracle Man Jacobs, another elite level fighter who was a world champion. So because of Canelo Alvarez's accumulation of top level wins, big names, and title unifications as well with the top level opponents, I have to rank Saul Canelo Alvarez number 1 overall in the pound for pound list out of the top 3. And as you know, that a pound for pound list is very subjective. And seeing the body of work that Vasyl Lomachenko and Terence Crawford has done, these guys could easily be ranked number 1 because it's a very subjective list. So you can't really nitpick any guy too much, because as long as you're in the top 3, it's pretty much your preference. But based on the level of the resumes, the big names, that's the only thing that really separates these guys. Should Terence Crawford beat an Errol Spence, beat another top name welterweight like that, I automatically elevate him right back to number 1. I had Terence Crawford at first, but after Canelo Alvarez beat Danny Jacobs, I had to elevate, Canelo Alvarez. At this point, beating Anthony Crolla is just not good enough. Luke Campbell's just not good enough. I understand what these fights mean and what they are, but at the end of the day, they're just not the big names. He has to beat a Mikey Garcia. He has to beat a Jose Ramirez at 140. He has to beat somebody that's a challenge, that's a big name, and at which point we can elevate him even further. And I'm sure Vasyl Lomachenko becoming undisputed, that could ultimately end up giving him the edge as well. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.